are you okay? Like, and then leaves the door wide open as we're sitting in the living room. And we're just like, it must have been college I was in because I was thinking, I looked at my sister, I'm like, we're going to need some more Mike's Hard Lemonade to get through this one, you know? Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows, we've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
Welcome everybody to the Calm Down podcast. We are hydrating. What is in that little beaker of yours right there?
I'm a spreader. It's a broth.
Are you really into the broth?
I got Charissa, Steve, and Jarrett sick. And now this starts a whole tangent. I thought it was just allergies. Then it turned into a cough. Then it was like a cold. But then I was fine. And unfortunately, I'm a super spreader. And I gave it to those guys. Charissa, I don't know how Steve's handling it. But this is my rant. My husband is one of the toughest people I know. Played in the Stanley Cup finals with his leg hanging off his hip. You know, was played in the league for so many years, just always injured. You never knew about it. My guy's got a cold and you would think it was pneumonia. It's full blown. I didn't see him for 2 days. We are locked up in the guest room. I'm like, you good? Can you walk Howie to help me out? I'm not going to do impressions because that's mean. We are just.
That's him calling now.
No, we are just a tad different. I was sick last week, but I'm still functioning. Like, we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I did the podcast. I walk the dog. I'm all over the place. I'm running errands. I just don't understand. And it comes to find out there's many other women that deal with this too. Charissa?
Men are, and I'll say this, Steve hasn't been locked up in the guest room. But Steve refuses to take any medicine that will help him with the situation. So it's like, we're sneezing, we're coughing. I was like, have you taken the Dayquil? I'll take it. Have you taken the Claritin? Like, we're out in the great wide open. Take a Claritin, help with the allergy. I don't know what his resistant to the medication is. Not me. It says prescribe, take 2. I'm like, I'll take 6. Because I like to get on with things.
Me
and I
too.
actually don't feel that sick though. I don't feel sick at all, I should say. I just have like a cough, but I don't feel bad. But I'm not interested in prolonging any of these things. Like, let's get in, let's get out, let's keep it moving. Yeah, no, I can't say that he's like acting like that, but he needs to.
And for me, I'm very into my symptoms. I'm like, I've said to Jarrett, what are your symptoms? Well, I have a little bit of a cold. I need to stop imitating him. I have body aches. Okay, great. Have you texted Dr. Cindy? Have you asked her, should you be on Tamiflu? Do you feel like you have the flu? Do you have a fever? Well, where's the thermometer? What?
Okay, you guys have a thermometer?
Well,
you have a baby.
We have to. And
did you have a thermometer before? Because there's no
because
way.
when you do IVF, you have to like constantly take your temperature to see when you're
I only got 8 eggs.
That was like trying to have like babies and stuff like that. So yeah, I had like a thermometer everywhere. It was always, this is so crazy. For my acupuncture, when I was trying to have a baby myself or do my eggs, she would try to figure out each week like the teas, the Chinese herbal teas to do. So you'd have to take your temperature before you got up and peed in the morning. You know how hard that was to remember? Like, and so you like, oh God, I'm already peeing. I didn't take my bed temperature.
I can't remember that the alarm's on. Do you know how many times I set the alarm off? I open up the door every time to let the dogs go to the bathroom and the alarm goes off. I have gotten 17 different notices from the city of Los Angeles with the false alarm situation because now after being robbed, you have like 700 alarms. But no, I don't have a thermometer. And in fact, I realized, and again, this is the person, okay, I'm in 2 minds here about this. Sometimes I feel like I'm an uber adult, right? Between mortgages and insurance and wills, and I've got the real estate lawyer. I'm like, I am a fucking adult. I got a briefcase. I got multiple jobs. I'm moving. I'm shaking. I'm doing things. And then other times I look at myself like this with a backwards hat. I'm like, I'm 5 years old and I don't know. I don't have anything that I'm supposed to have in a house. Half the time, my mom went to go do what do you call it when you have potatoes, like peeled potatoes? She goes, where's your potato peeler? I go, I don't have a potato peeler. Like, why would I have a potato peeler? Like, there's certain things, because I don't cook in a kitchen, that I don't have. There's certain things in the house I don't have. And I'm like, I'm 43 years old.
7 houses.
Oh, you're adorable. No, it's just because I don't have a 401k. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if anyone else feels like this. You must. Don't you feel like you're such an adult, especially with a child? That's a different level of adulthood. And then other times I'm like, how am I allowed to even drive a vehicle? Like, this is like, when did it happen that we're in charge of our own lives and I don't even have basic kitchen utensils like a potato peeler? I don't even know what the fuck they're called. Carrot peeler, potato peeler, whatever. I don't know. I just am always like back and forth. A peeler. Yeah, but like, who tells you to buy these things? Like, why do you have half the stuff that you have in your kitchen? Because like, was it on your wedding registry? Which is a whole other thing, by the way. The person will remain nameless that's in Steve and I's life, but there is a wedding registry out there right now that is cuckoo Cocoa Puffs. It is so wild that these items are being asked for. And I'm like, first of all,
gotta say one. Give us an idea.
Cash. And like, or like this, like, I know. Who has for cash? Is that like a normal thing? And I'm not trying to be insensitive.
Never.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't care what socioeconomic.
I'll take it, but I would never.
Of course. I mean, literally, my mom for my birthday is like, what do you want? I'm like, mother, I'm too old for birthday presents, but cash is always king. But on a wedding registry? Is that weird?
Huh.
We're not 20 years old. Like, I get it if you're just starting out in life and you got married really young, but like, these are adults asking for money. That seems weird. No? Am I rude? Is that insensitive of me? Because I mean, yeah, we all need money. I mean, that's why we fucking work.
For?
A decanter that's like $750. Like, that's still crazy. No, like I could go to Home Goods and get you a decanter for $24.99. Now it's going to be a problem taking that.
Where are they registered?
I don't know. It's just wild. Anyways, registries at this age, I think are weird.
Does it? Okay, right. This is a good question from Ryan. Does it literally say cash or does it say honeymoon fund? Because I've given a wedding present as a honeymoon fund.
No, it says cash donations.
What?
Donations. I know.
Ryan just wrote, that's a wow.
I know. And then I'm like, well, wait, am I rude? And this is my friend. So it sounds like I need to say something.
I'm dying to know who. Yeah. Well, definitely not my friend.
No, they would not be your friend. And this person will probably figure out who I'm talking about them. Anyways, back to us. So,
that's a good point. I'm trying to think what that is in my life. You could probably figure out quicker than I could. What is that in my life? I've got a business. I've got a baby. I travel all over the United States. You get me in an airport. I can figure out how to get you on another flight with a meal and a drink before you have to board. But I can't do what?
You don't have that because you are very.
I disagree. No.
Okay.
There's something yes. It's what?
Okay. This is what I will say about you. You are the most responsible by far friend I have. Most responsible. Yeah. You are yes. There's no rebuttal here. You always have a solution for any problem. Like, whether it's the sickness, whether it's the thing that we were, we want to talk about health and wellness, you have 700 answers for that. If we're going on a trip, here's the travel agent. Like which is probably why you get frustrated, rightfully so, with other people that don't keep up as fast because you're moving at 1,000 miles an hour and you always have a solution for the problems. And you're someone, if you don't have a solution for the problem, then you'll ask. Like, you have no problem asking. This is my issue. And I brought it up with Steve before, not to make this about our plus ones, because we love them. We will be the first to praise them over and over again. But I am someone that if I don't know the answer to something, I ask. For example, here at the ranch, there are 7,000 fucking things I don't know about running a ranch. I've never owned a ranch. I've never worked on a farm. I've never done any of these. I've never had farm animals before. So I ask questions. I love Steve, maybe this is a guy thing, and I hate to stereotype, but like, he won't ask questions. He'll just pretend like he knows. And he's like, oh yeah, I know. And I'm like, no, you don't know. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. So in that situation, I just think that you and I, particularly with our personalities, we're okay with not knowing, but we want to find the answer and then let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Let's not just guess and keep making mistakes. So whether that's sickness or whether that's in sickness and in health, till death do us part, and I'm going to kill you. So who knows? But yeah. Let's go back to that cash registry. Anywho,
I got a real thing too with sicknesses that you just brought up, sickness and health. I need to know the symptoms from everybody. You have a cough?
Sure.
What kind of cough? I was just going to ask you. You said you're coughing. Are you coughing stuff up?
Yeah.
Are you spitting it out?
Yeah.
What color is it? White,
yellow,
green? Yeah, mine was green. I left it in too long. I thought I had pneumonia, but I was fine because I did something about it. Had the doctor come over, Dr. Cindy, checked my chest. Good
Cindy's great.
Rolled in an IV. I could have gotten that guy a vitamin IV. Guess who wouldn't have been sleeping for 2 days? Also, sleeping for 2 days isn't helping. Get up, walk around. You know what a virus hates? Fluid and exercise. Get up. Sounds so fun to be married to me. I hear myself nagging and I say to him, I don't want to nag.
I said the same thing to Steve today. I looked at him and I go, do you like me? And he goes, yeah, why do you ask that? And I go, I don't know, because I just felt myself like I kept saying things over and over, but I'm like, why am I having to say them? Why? I don't want to have to be this way. You're making me this way. You are making me be this way.
Like, I'll say it. Yesterday was our birthday. I am so sorry you're sick. I am fine. We did not go to dinner. He had a lovely reservation set up at Felix, one of my favorite places to go. Mm-hmm. I love Felix. Great. I love that he made the reservation. I don't want gifts. Yeah. I don't want anything.
I don't know.
He was too sick. But the problem is the way he went about it. I'm great. I gave you the sickness. I get it. Go get it out of you. Go deal. Comes up. I'm supposed to take my kid to a hockey birthday party with my husband because it's the hockey families. Well, I don't know if I shouldn't do impressions. I don't know if I should go to the kid birthday because there's a lot of kids there and I don't want to get them sick. Okay. So I have a question. Why have you been breathing all over our kid today? If you're going to declare this, go breathe somewhere else.
Declare.
Mm-hmm. I do declare. So I took the kid, had a great time. Shout out to my gym, Mickey Mouse party. Mommy wore a Mickey Mouse shirt. I felt it. It was great. Mac was dead for the first hour because it was in the middle of the nap time. You give that guy a cupcake, he's a fucking life of the party. Ready to go. We come home. We're sleeping. Okay. I need to not do an impression. We get up. How you doing? Not great. Okay. Get in there. I'll deal with Mac. You could help me take the dog for a walk. It's outside, but I got it. Fine, all good. Now comes the lingering because it's time to either make a decision about going to the restaurant or not. I'm fully prepared. We're not going. I got my show we're watching. We're fine.
You already knew it wasn't going to happen before this. Yeah.
Well, I'd really still like to take you to dinner. I don't understand. You didn't come to the birthday party. You have fever and you claim you have a fever, but I don't know if I have a fever because I don't know where the thermometer is. And I have the chills. We're not going to dinner. We're just not going to dinner. I'm good with it. Go. I ordered my bottle in. I had 7 pieces of garlic bread. I had Italian wedding soup. I watched your friends and your neighbors and your lovers or whatever it's called. And I'm good. But I don't.
Shout out to Apple.
Shout out to Apple. Shout out to our guy. Just go deal.
So how would you have liked him to handle that?
Babe, I feel like shit. Here are my symptoms. I feel, what should I do? Great. Let's call Dr. Cindy. If you need some meds, which now he declares he did, he could have been on them yesterday. But we're laying around. I don't think laying around is doing anything.
You don't like the in-between. Like if there's a problem, what's the solution?
Yeah.
And at least you know that you're working towards it. Not this like, I don't like the whole.
What to do? We got stuff to do.
Yeah, but I get it. It's like you just wanted him to make it seem like he was finding a solution to his problem, not the in between of like. Oh.
He also got a baby, and now Mac is probably going to get this, which it's my fault. I brought it into the environment.
Stop. You need to stop acting like you're patient number 1 of COVID. Okay, like it's a cold. This is a common cold. This is not a big deal.
You don't even know what I have. You have a cold. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers
to all the gals out there dealing with men who have colds.
Yeah, this is why women though have children. This is why women are, yes, exactly. And also menopause. I always thought for the longest time it was menopause. Newsflash, it's menopause. There's an N here the whole time. Who knew? I would have missed that in the spelling bee. There's a lot of jobs that we've had over our great 20-year career that we've been fortunate enough to have. Two jobs that you had that I wish I would have had at some point. I would have loved to work on College Game Day and the spelling bee. That spelling bee gig, you and I have never talked about it.
So stupid.
Glued to the TV and thinking to myself, I could be on that. No, you cannot. I before E except after C. What are you talking about, Charissa? Was it as magical as it appeared? Because I just wanted to hug all of those children.
Hug all of them. They were so much smarter, obviously, than I'll ever be.
Scholastic Scholar.
What made it so great, Scholastic Scholar, was that shout out to Jeter for getting his degree.
Yes. And I love that.
Oh, Jeets.
Cute.
You're the best. My tailbone's killing me. What was I going to say? Oh, Tom Bergeron. I hosted it with Tom Bergeron. He made it so much fun because he's so dry, so sarcastic. And you have to be with those kids because, they're so intense. And,
so intense.
You're interviewing a 13-year-old that just spelled a word that I've never heard of. And you're making fun of yourself and them. And I mean, not making fun of them, but the environment. And yeah, it was cool.
Of course. Yeah, I don't know, made me think of that. It's just, I love the spelling bee. Also, did you ever watch those shows? I know you did, actually. The cheerleading competitions?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You were like, do they still have those?
Yeah.
Those like fly in the air was always on ESPN2. And I was like, these people, the tumbling competitions or whatever they were. Oh, yeah.
Fire. UK was always really good. LSU is a good dance team. Ohio State's a good dance team. I forgot who else. I think Louisville.
7, 8.
So good. Anywho.
So that's a trip down memory lane. Okay, we also have some headlines here that I would love. So we always ask you guys, and we appreciate the anonymous questions that we get for our pregame. We have an anonymous follow-up, which is very exciting. So the original question was from January 7th. The question was, weekend ski trip with a boy I've never been on a date with. Go for it. Mutual friend says he's a great guy. We said... Yes, yours truly. Erin and I said, do it. Go for it. Have a great time. See what happens. All the things. Here's the follow-up. I took the trip. Had an absolute blast. We had the most perfect weekend. It felt like we'd known each other for years. Only issue, in parentheses, exactly what you brought up, was the bathroom situation. We had brought up, if you have to go to the bathroom, you're sharing a room. It's always like, oh, God. Felt like I didn't go the entire weekend. To anyone doubting whether to take a trip or to go on a date with that person, do it. Anonymous, first of all, thank you for following up. I'm so happy that you went for it. And who cares where it goes after that? If it ends up being like a, forever thing, great, then invite us to your wedding. If it doesn't, at least you tried something different instead of just being afraid and then always wondered like what could have, would have, should have. I love that.
And I know doctors wouldn't endorse being a backed up Betty and not being able to go when you need to, but hey, risk it for the biscuit,
Mm-hmm.
Worry about it when you get home. Get back on track when you get home.
Your body definitely knows that it's like, hey, now is not the time that we're going to have. I mean, we're trying to blow out the weekend with fun, not the bathroom, My God. But the move in that situation is always the go get coffee. Go get out of the room because then you're either in a public bathroom, which no one needs to go in a public bathroom. But I'm saying for him too. Maybe guys are routine. They go to the bathroom, please. Our significant others. Every morning. I remember my dad used to grab the newspaper and we're always like, oh God. But men do that. Men are so regular and whatever. Girls just, we don't even go. So,
we used to call it in our house, Dad's thinking about the Red Sox.
Depending on how long he's thinking about the Red Sox. Are they going to the World Series? Is this finally the year? We don't know.
What's Dad doing? He's thinking about the Red Sox.
He would always grab the sports page too.
Yeah, that's why we said it.
And then we're like, oh my God, who wants to read the sports page after it's been in there for an hour? And then the spraying the air freshener, we know what happened. And that stale, aloha Hawaiian smell that's in the air freshener is not helping things. Just light a match. Keep it moving.
I'll never forget as a child. I'll tell this story. I don't care. My grandmother, I don't know why she decided. She was living in this adorable retirement home community in Ocala. Then she left after my grandfather passed, married some guy, and then lived in like a trailer. Not like a bad trailer, but like, I don't know, Ocala, like it was like a bigger trailer. Like, I don't know. That was interesting choice. We took her out, I think, for her 80th birthday. I was in college. I came home for it, or maybe I was just out of college. My cousin blew up the bathroom right by where we were sitting in the living room. And it was one of those like, are you okay? Like, and then leaves the door wide open as we're sitting in the living room. And we're just like, it must have been college I was in, because I was thinking, I looked at my sister, I'm like, we're going to need some more Mike's Hard Lemonade to get through this one, you know? Oh, God. True story. Oh.
Okay. Not the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Literally. Oh, that's funny. That's good stuff. Yeah, people are crazy. How about when...
Have some common decency.
Okay. I'm just going to leave her.
What? Is this about me?
No, it's about you and me. Like... OCD, like cleaning bathrooms, because before guests that we've had at our house at different times, to make sure that like the toilets and like everything is always clean and anything they need. Here's the wipes, here's the spray, here's the this, whatever, like matches. It's like, we stayed on this conversation way too long, but like that is bathroom etiquette in general is just like, come on, wake up, everybody. But nothing is worse. Honestly, nothing is worse than when you go into the bathroom and somebody else has been in there before you and you know that they've done it. And then you go in right after. Like, let's say you're at a party or whatever it is, and you're like, they're going to think it's me, because now the next person in the bathroom is going to go in there and smell it, and they're going to look at me, and I'm going to be like, that was not me. That was the person in front. So I like make a whole scene of it. I'm walking up the bathroom, and if I see, I'm like, oh my God, who was in
I'll
here?
do the same, or I'll be like, go ahead, you can go ahead. I'll wait for the next one. No,
right? Because I'm like, I am not going to be accused of that.
No.
That first degree murder that just happened there, because they killed that toilet, and I am not wanting to go to jail over that. So I will stand over here. Absolutely not. Murder was the case that they gave me.
Murder, she wrote.
And that's all she wrote. Moving right along. Hey, want to do some headlines, babe?
I would love to. Number 1 tips for moms and wives, who are feeling overwhelmed. This is from the Today Show. I actually saw some of this. It was really good. Lean on 1 or 2 people in your life who can be your support system. You don't need hours and hours of their time, unless you're me. Research shows you only need 1 hour per week to connect with someone who can validate your feelings.
Oh, that's us.
This is my
podcast
person.
is 1 hour a day. Yeah. And this is you and I. The whole impetus of this podcast was because we spend hours talking on the phone, or an hour, or even 15-minute long voice notes, being able to vent. Yeah, I think it's very cathartic for me to get everything out.
Yeah,
you are the person that I do that the most with, and once I say it, I automatically feel better, or I hear myself say it, and it's either one of 2 things: either not as bad as I thought it was, or it's that bad and I'm justified in feeling the way that I am. So sometimes people are like, oh, I journal to get my feelings out. No, not me. I'm like, blah, 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 to you or on this podcast or whatever. And then I'm able to like, you do journal?
No, you're my journal. I mean, I do like, I'll manifest things, like a lot of stuff, but I need to do it a little bit more consistently about it. But I
can't journal. I'm afraid there are people going to read it.
It's too hard to remember. I can barely remember to put my castor oil in my belly button.
You have a lot of things.
Too many. And now it's turned into OCD at this point. It's a psycho. Have you been doing the peptide?
Yeah. No, not the peptide, the spray.
Well, have you been doing your shot?
Oh, the shot. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the peptide, the thing. Yeah, no, that's fine. The spray and the peptide. So Erin's got me on a whole journey.
We've got a peptide. We've got a castor
We got a spray.
oil.
We got a peptide. But what? And I don't know how I feel about you saying belly button. So there's that.
What do you call it? The hole in your belly?
No, I just don't like belly. Like belly in general. Belly button. Belly button.
What?
And like when you put castor oil, does that make you go to the bathroom? All conversations
to help with your toxins. But then I saw something on Instagram that said it's not. So I don't know. Basically, I have too many things going on. I have my supplements that I take. I have my castor oil in my hole in my belly or stomach. I have our glutathione spray. I have our peptide shot. I have my peptide under my tongue. I'm like,
no, but you look young.
No, I
don't.
Look
young. How about yesterday? Remember when Jarrett said to you, like, oh, you look a lot younger than you are?
I think you do have good skin.
Thank you, babe. But I screw it up.
And you look a lot younger than what you are. So I think
relax what I am. Jesus.
What? No, but it's a compliment.
Oh my God. Okay, but God. Well, you look a lot younger than you are. Maybe just don't say that.
Guess what Steve said to me the morning of my 43rd birthday. So it was overcast here at the ranch. And so I was like, let's just use this as a day. We'll be cozy. We'll be inside. It's Sunday. We'll light a fire. We'll just knock it off. So I sit down on the couch and he goes, well, you're old now. Get on over here. First of all, who said you're old now? Get on over here.
This is my house.
What are you talking about? Don't say you're old now. Get on over here. How about I don't want to be anywhere near you now? Like, what?
We should have been together for our birthday.
He goes, that's not what I meant. I'm confused. How should I interpret you're old now? Get on over here. Come sit on daddy's lap. Get on over here. Yeah, what are you talking about? Hey, this leads us right into the next one. Divorce, something I know something about. Divorce lawyer reveals the 4 common mistakes couples make prioritizing your work or kids over your marriage. One of the main reasons why couples separate is the other person doesn't have a job. Oh, that's not what it says, but that's what I said. Is that they lose focus on their relationship and they put the others, typically their work or kids, ahead of their marriage. Look, there's a myriad of different reasons why people get divorced, but I will only speak from my experience, that we just didn't align in work ethic. But in this particular case, was as it pertains to kids or marriage, my dad used to have a thing where he would always say, he still does actually, even though I've been out of the house for 20 something years now. He's like, your mother is my first priority. She was here before you. She'll be here after you. She always comes before you guys. So growing up, I just always heard him say that. Like, we never superseded her in everything. So I think that, for you could speak to this more because you're married with a child, but like how easy it is to put back before your relationship because he's a baby and he needs you and all that stuff. So just good to think about, I guess.
Yep. There's more other reasons. 4 common mistakes. Communicating but not comprehending. I actually really like this one.
Yeah.
As the saying goes, communication is key, but it's more than that. Couples need to not only communicate, but also comprehend what their partner is saying.
Yeah. So there's all my therapy. There was and I need to remember this because again, you and I are not adverse. And I believe a lot of people listening to these podcasts or any podcast for that example are like open to whether they want to be entertained or informed or whatever. I'm not adverse to getting better in areas that I'm deficient. For example, I'm not a great communicator. I fly off the handle and then I apologize after the fact. I need to slow down. I need to take in the information and not react so quickly. So one of the things that I learned in therapy that I still need to sharpen my skills on is this idea. So let's say you say something to me. It's like pretend like you're Steve and you are annoyed with me. Say something that you're annoyed by.
I'm saying something annoying to you?
Yeah, you're Steve and you're annoyed with me at something. So say something like, oh, I don't like when you do da 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 da.
I don't like when you tell me to slow down.
Okay, so let me understand what you're saying because I want to hear you. So you're saying that you don't like when I tell you to slow down. So you repeat back what the person is saying.
Okay.
And then it's what can I do to make what's a better way for me to tell you things? Like basically like how should I say it to you? How would you like me to say slow down? Because the current way I'm saying it is not true. So you take in the information, you repeat it back so that they understand, that your messaging is the same, and then ask them how they would like you to say it. Does any of that make sense?
It does. It's just me following through with that.
I know. And it's all about like, because everything is not what you say, it's how you say it. Think about it. All of us are like this, right? Where we're like, you're a fucking loser. And it's like, no, you're not a loser, but like, I'm annoyed with you right now.
You're frustrating me.
You're frustrating me. So I wonder if we even just said things like that. Like, this is not realistic because like, who's going to do this in a moment of panic? But like, well, Steve, you're frustrating me right now because you're moving so fast. So if you wouldn't mind slowing down a little bit, I think it would be better for our relationship. Don't you, Steve? He'd be like, yeah, babe, you got it. No problem. Meanwhile, I'm like, slow the fuck down, and screaming like a psychopath. But like,
and then you should end it by saying, and coming up after the break, we'll have more dedications and love letters on Delilah After Dark.
Seriously. But the other one's rushing into romance. I am so guilty of that. I think that because you say you like me, we're in love. And then falling into the temptation of social media. I'm not sure about this one. Instagram posts, Facebook, albums, TikTok videos. Keep us connected. Sometimes seeing the highlights of someone's life being one click away isn't that great for our relationships. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like that you think that person's so great based off their social media or something.
Social media is not real. It's
not
bullshit.
real.
It's not real. And the people that you see were so in love. No, they're not. They're probably a month away from divorce. Stop it.
We always had a thing like the more people post about how in love they are, the least likely they are to succeed.
Which leads me into this.
What?
Number 5. I'm leaving Barry's on the morning of our birthday yesterday. And I'm scrolling through Instagram because I shouldn't, and it's a guilty pleasure. And I see happy birthday to my wife. You want to know why our life's not perfect? Because look at the photo Jarrett posted me. You can't because I asked him to take it down. I am the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I have a jowly puss on my face. Not because I'm trying to, because Mac doesn't feel good in the photo. We're Easter egg hunting at Underwood Farm. Shout out. What a great place. Adorable. Mac didn't feel well. So I'm trying to navigate him. He's whining. He doesn't feel good, but I'm getting him, what a concept, out for the day so he can forget about being sick.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday to my wife. We love you so much. I'm like this. Why? Just don't post.
So then you have to call him. You called him and said, take that down.
I said, what's going on? Why are you doing this to me? Like, I understand you don't feel good, but has that impaired your brain? I like the photo. No, you like the photo of Mac. Mac looks adorable. He's in his basket. He's like, rah! His mom's like, I thought I like this picture of you guys. No, you don't. Take that down.
Oh my God. And now, Steve, it's not time for you to come in yet.
Steve, how are you feeling? I'm so sorry.
He just goes, I'm hungry. I have to record from 2 to 3:30. Okay, well, I'm going to talk shit about you, and you're either going to listen to it or you're going to... He just goes, go for it. Well, no, it's actually not talking shit because at this point, Steve knows to only post pictures of me that he knows that I would like of me.
Londa?
There's no pictures that like he's going to be like, you know who does that already? The Google searches we have of ourselves already have enough pictures of us that are horrendous. I don't need to.
You have provided us a great life.
Happy birthday to us. Hey, you want to end this on a positive note because we both got gifts from our significant other that were so meaningful.
And nice to myself.
That you really loved. You got 2 pictures of you with Howie, and look what Steve. I told Steve. I said I don't want any. I literally looked at him. I said I don't want a goddamn thing for my birthday. I said I'll tell you why. We're going on a really nice trip soon. I said let's not try to get goofy and spend it on that, right? I said, you know what I want? I said, I want a card from all the animals here at the ranch. So shout out to Steve. Actually, look, you can listen. I'm not talking shit about you. He went to the store and bought a card that had a cow on it, a sheep on it, a dog on it, a cat on it, wrote like they were each from one of the animals. Hysterical. And then he made this photo. It is the Last Supper with all of my animals and Willis like he's Jesus Christ in the middle of the table.
Amen. Hallelujah.
I mean, peace be with you.
And also with those
you.
Animals.
Yeah. I'm like, great. That's all I wanted. So anyways, they're not perfect, but they're ours.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.